Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late November, moving into early December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cancerians out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for the Cancers? We are in early Sagittarius season, and yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cancer in late November, early December. My guides, talk to me. What's happening with my friends? Please and thank you. Nice and quick here. Thank you. Okay, the bound up angel is always intriguing to me because it means several different things. It's similar to Eight of Swords energy when I see it. Maybe some of you are feeling like a little bound, like your hands are tied in regards to something, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a huge challenge because this energy could move through very quickly. And it's very complex. And remember, this could be somebody else as well. But before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about the bound up angel. So we see here that beautiful angel with the big wings, just all bound up in that red ribbon. So to me, sure, it could be someone that's feeling like cornered or trapped in some sort of way. For some Cancerians, you might need to go out and have a little bit of fun, okay? You might have some cabin fever. That's this card on a very low end. It's like, okay, something about a routine or something about everyday life. You might need to mix something up here and have a little bit of fun when this card is here. But in its worst case scenario, it could be someone that is like really anxious and on edge, very similar to the Eight of Swords. But the good thing about it is that this energy can be resolved, right? Even though it can be imprisonment of some kind, sometimes it could be imprisonment of the mind, okay? But this energy could move through pretty quickly, and that's what we'll hope for with this, okay? If not, there might just be something where you feel like your hands are tied, where it's like, no, I have to do this. Like, I don't really have a choice in the matter. This is like, it's a responsibility in some fashion. So let's just put that down over there. As I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you into tarot now. I'm going to get you 3 cards and up, right? Then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. So what's happening here for the Cancerians? Let's shuffle it up one time, my guides. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was kind of the opposite of what we have here with the bound up angel. Last week's reading was titled A Shocking Change, picking up a lot of tower energy for the water signs in recent weeks. So hopefully you haven't been going through too many shocks or surprises, stuff like that. Life is all about change, but sometimes it's easier to work with. Sometimes it just comes in. It's like you don't have a choice in the matter. So we're going to hope for some softer energies here this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. And yeah, there's been towers, but not every tower is bad. I've been seeing some really good towers in recent days. What do we have for Cancer, please? 3 cards. Thank you. All right, yeah, nice. So I asked for a softer energy, and we get it. We got the Knight of Cups, one of your cards here. Lovely way to start, at the very least. Let's get a couple more before we speak on it too much. I really like that card, though. Very lovey-dovey, Prince Charming type of energy there. 7 of Pentacles. So now we have the Water-Earth combination starting to show its face. Could be a lot of potential here, my friends. We could be seeing some karmic energies at the surface as well. Let's get one more, then we'll really start to pull this story together. Let's get one more for Cancer. Thank you. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. So yeah, lots of Pentacles here. Just like I was saying with that angel, like there's a very responsible type of energy here, something to do with responsibilities. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So Cancer, at first look, first glance, I look down here. Obviously, the elemental mix is pretty good, I'd say, so far. We have the double down of the earth here on the back. Earth energy is very slow moving. It's long lasting. It represents money, family, institutions, things like that, home life. We also have the water, your element, which you're very comfortable in. And when you add earth and water together, to me, it represents possibilities and blessings. So we're starting okay. But let's go through one by one, okay? Because I don't want to speak on it too much just yet, especially since there's a card that could represent you. But position number 1, we have the Knight of Cups. So once again, this could be any water sign, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And out of all the knights, this is one of the smoothest moving ones. Now, knights, they could represent messages, communication, and talks, but also forward momentum and action. So this could be taking action, moving forward. This could be, if it's not you that we're seeing here, it doesn't matter if you're male, female, or anything in between, it's not gender specific. This card could tell us a way you might be feeling or what's coming towards you for sure. But generally, we see this card when there's a lot of love. Right? Like I said, it's soft around the edges, it's loving, it's caring, it's nurturing, it's Prince Charming, it's lovey-dovey. So whether someone has a lot of love for you or you have a lot of love for somebody else, generally the Knight of Cups is a very good card. And you see it often in love readings. So there's also a challenge. As with every card, they all have positives and challenges. The Knight of Cups, in its reverse sense, could be somebody that's like not sharing their emotions, emotionally unavailable or closed off. That could be a big thing with the Knight of Cups. In its worst case, it could even represent manipulation. But I'm not even going to go that route because I'm not picking up those vibes just yet. Moving to the center, we have a very intriguing energy. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this card seems very simple on its face. It is a card of patience, so there might be certain things you're going through where you're waiting. This could be somebody in a waiting period, or just they need to be patient, or there's a need for it. It's like you plant the seeds and you wait for it to grow. It's kind of that vibe. And I always say this could be a need to get out into nature, refresh yourself, like really soak in those nature energies to help cleanse yourself. But when I see the Seven of Pentacles, if it's not waiting for your harvest or waiting for something to bloom, your blessings, your abundance, this is a big karmic card, reaping what you sow. So what you put forth, you get back in return. What you put out there, it's going to swing back around eventually. So we could be seeing some karmic archetypes, whether good, bad, or indifferent. We'll want to clarify and see what's up. But it could be patience, okay? Especially with the Knight of Cups next to it, like somebody patiently waiting on something, waiting on a result. We'll just have to see. Now, moving to the back end, it's a little bit of a curveball in the energy to me. Even though it's another pentacle, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now, for a portion of you, it could be very, very simple. This could just represent what you do for a living, your money situation, work. This is a card of teamwork makes the dream work. It's similar to the Eight of Pentacles in that it could represent working hard, working diligently, becoming a master. It's very artisanal and creative when this card is here. But simply, we could just be looking at somebody in your circle of acquaintances or somebody that's not you. That's a big thing with threes in tarot. It's not just you and somebody else. It could be a circle of individuals. So whether this is a coworker, a good friend, or just somebody in your circle, we might get some information about them when this card is here, or something about a group dynamic. So we have some interesting things to really take a look at here. Okay, so maybe some of you are having situations involving work or what you do for a living, or someone that within your group. We'll just have to see how it all plays out. So I want to dive deeper, Cancer. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and see what's happening. Guides and Spirit Team, what's going on with my Cancerians? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Cups. Why is that Knight of Cups in the mix? Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Cancer, you drop it right down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Cups time. What's happening? Why is that Knight of Cups here? Could it be a message? Could it be action? Let's see. Wow. Four of Wands. This is a very, very popular card this week. Something really great is coming towards you, my friends. Someone or something is coming towards you, and it is very, very celebratory. I'm loving this. Now, when I get the Four of Wands, the 1111 card, I always say, watch for the signs, the synchronicities, the omens, but something I'm getting underneath here, aside from that, I do think if you're getting the signs, you're seeing them. But this is a card of absolute stability and celebration. This is beautiful news. So for some of you, you might be receiving some really exciting news, or you could have some sort of real big winner victory that's coming towards you. And I want to see how the rest of the energy plays, because I'm already getting this vibe that for a lot of Cancerians, the energy could be magnetic towards you, where someone or something is moving towards you very quick, and you will be very happy with the result when we have the Four of Wands. Now, one thing I will say that could be a challenge when we have Four of Wands energy is that it is very stable. So surrounding this Knight of Cups, we have this card, very grounded. We have the Seven of Pentacles, very grounded. We have this Three of Pentacles, very grounded. We had this bound up angel in the very beginning, very grounded. So I'm hoping for a lot of Cancerians, you're not feeling some frustration in this time. Okay, if there's something you want to change, something you want to do, it's taking a lot of effort, it's not moving to your liking. There is a lot of grounded, stable energy around you, which could work in your benefit. All right, so there might be long-term implications with all the things you're going through right now. But once again, aside from the number signs and synchronicities, like something's coming towards you magnetically, someone or something, and this could be a huge win, something worth celebrating. Okay, so we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the reading. Feel like I don't want to overcomplicate it. It is what it is. Beautiful message though. Let's see what that Seven of Pentacles is in the mix. Now we're starting to get like a universal energy here because we have this karmic energy. The Four of Wands could also be seen as karmic. So let's see what's happening with that Seven of Pentacles. We'll keep it moving here. And at the very least, the energy moving towards you seems nice. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, this was showing up in the Taurus reading as well. There's a lot of similarities in your reading with the Taurus reading. Hard work and dedication. Okay, there could be something that you're waiting on or isn't to your liking that you're like, okay, well, I'm tired of sitting around. I'm tired of waiting. I'm going to do something about it. Or that time will come up. Okay, so if you're in Seven of Pentacles mode, you might be wanting to get right down to business with this Eight of Pentacles. There's a huge focus on career in this week. So we do have the possible love. That could be it. But with the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, these are career cards. These are money cards. Okay, another card of effort. So there's a lot of similarities between the Three and the Eight. We are seeing it here. Now, I can say, all right, if you are waiting on something to change, maybe you need to put in a little effort, but that's not really the vibe I'm getting. Sort of getting like a frustration or a loss of patience where it's like, okay, well, I've been waiting. I'm going to do something about it. So if that's not you, someone around you could be feeling a sense of frustration or they're tired of waiting on something. That's just the vibe I'm picking up here. But I'm not feeling treachery. That's one thing I will say, Cancer. Like none of this feels like, oh, huge major warning. If someone takes action, the result is going to be terrible. I don't think it's going to be terrible. I just don't think like forcing anything is going to help the situation. Like trying to force something along or try to, like, it's not going to help the situation. So let's keep moving over to the Three of Pentacles. Once again, all of these energies are kind of bogged down around you. Okay, so whereas for some of you, with whatever situations you're going through, it might not seem like much is changing, but really behind the scenes, there's a lot. There's a lot getting lined up here. Let's move in on that Three of Pentacles. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. I like the overall energy, that's one thing, but let's see why that Three of Pentacles is here. Why is that three here? Thank you. And there it is. There it is. There is that breakthrough type of energy. And I feel like that's something I may have seen for you in recent weeks. I've been getting it for other signs as well. Just when you think it's like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to, it's not moving. It's not working. It's not working. There's a frustration building. We have Judgment right here, which is similar to Tower energy in a way. Now, when I see Judgment, it's explosive in nature. It's Plutonian nature. It's change-based in nature. So it matches the energy we saw last week. And for a lot of you, it could be with the help of somebody else. Okay, so for some of you, you might receive some assistance where someone's like, you know what, I like what you do, or I believe in what you're doing, let me help you out. For some of you, if you're struggling, if you're having a hard time, don't be afraid to ask somebody for help or a support system. That could be very important. But the big thing we're seeing right here on the back card, and it's like the energy is sweeping through, is this massive breakthrough or big breakthrough coming at you. Okay, and in the end, you're going to have this Four of Wands. You're going to feel happy and stable with the result, even if there is some, frustrations happening. This Judgment on the back end is just breakthrough energy, right? Like it's explosive, like an explosive breakthrough. It's like it builds up, builds up, builds up, builds up, boom, it just goes. Just the way the energy is flowing. So let's go through and do a quick recap. I'll explain it a little more as we go through, because if we look here in the box before the shadow card, we have a card that could be representing you or a situation with a Cancer, And surrounding it, we have all this pentacle, this grounded, immovable type of energy. Once again, the angel from the very beginning, feeling a little frustrated, like, I'm getting frustrated, I want this to change, or I don't like it how it is. And then right here on the back end, judgment just like changes the game, like that explosive breakthrough. I love it. But position number 1, we have the Knight of Cups with the 4 of Wands in the upright, the signs, synchronicities, omens. Keep your eyes open for them, because Spirit could be trying to lead you down a certain path. But to me, this felt like a big winner victory coming at you, or just something coming in magnetically, and you're going to be happy with the result. But it is something that you cannot force through. That's another thing I was picking up, because we have the 7 of Pentacles clarified by the 8 of Pentacles in the upright. Double Pentacles, there's a lot of career energy here, money energy here as well. So maybe you're not super happy with your current situation, but forcing something isn't really going to help it. Even if this person here in the center is getting a little frustrated and it's like, I just can't sit back anymore, I need to make it happen, it's not going to change much. However, in the end, whether it's with assistance from others or whatever it might be, a support system, there is this breakthrough which is going to happen. Okay, so whether it is via work things or involving work things or not, judgment is extremely transformative Plutonian type of energy. So once again, this explosive breakthrough where it just builds, and then boom, this breakthrough comes in. I love it. I would say overall, Cancer, especially if you've been feeling frustrated with anything, any situations you're going through, this is claimable energy for sure. So please take a screenshot. Let's get you a shadow card here real quick. Let's see what's in the shadows for Cancer. My guides, talk to me. Pardon me. And yes, my friends, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end, just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Doesn't always have to be a challenge. So let's end this off with a nice shadow card for you. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. There's a few different tiers with different rewards in there. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. Obviously no pressure though, but let's get it going. Let's get your shadow card out here. What is in the shadows for my Cancers, please? Thank you. Okay, Knight of Swords. And I feel like this reiterates a lot of what we were seeing with the back end of this reading. Now, the Knight of Swords could be a little combative sometimes. I'll give you some of the positives of this card. One, it could just be an air sign that you're linked to. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. If you don't have them with any shadows or things that you're still working through, the Knight of Swords is very fast forward momentum type of energy. So I could still possibly see a little frustration where it's like, all right, I want to get a move on, I want to get this going, I want to act, I want to move. It's like a want for something, there's a craving here, but you could be tempered. Like Spirit might be pumping your brakes for whatever reason, and that's okay, because this still tells me this is an eventual breakthrough, like judgment right here. Now, the one thing I will say about the Knight of Swords is that it can be combative. Out of all the knights, this one is one willing to fight. So in this time, yeah, don't be a pushover. Don't let anyone push you around. Stand up for yourself, of course, but be on the lookout for conflict in this time. Like, watch how you might not want to get involved in any conflicts in this time, especially if this shows up in the shadows, because you might lose your temper. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet though. I'm going to give you the details of the November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be in the community tab after this week's fire and air readings. But for November, we're bringing back winner's choice. 2 lucky subscribers will get to pick a deck of their choosing up to $40 US. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you think is the most fun? Which one do you have the most fun with? And yeah, after that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of November, I'll pick the winners at random as usual. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.